Right. Okay. So let's dive into this. We've been looking over, well, quite a stack of notes here, covering a pretty eventful weekend in international football.
Yeah, a lot going on across the globe.
Exactly.
Mm.
And what really jumps out when you look closely is how many key moments involved players from one particular club, FC Bayern Munich.
Mm-hmm. And that's our focus for this deep dive, isn't it? Looking at these recent international games where the Bayern lads were, flying the flag for their countries.
It really gives you a snapshot of how central these players are, not just, week in, week out of the Bundesliga, but on the world stage too.
Definitely. They're deeply embedded in the global game.
But we're not just here to read out scores, are we? The idea behind this deep dive is to, well, dig a bit deeper, find those interesting little nuggets, the patterns. What does it really tell us when we see these guys performing internationally?
Yeah, exactly. What's the bigger picture? How does their sort of Bayern training and style translate? We want to find those moments that make you go, okay, I see.
We're trying to filter out the noise, give you that sharp insight, not just who scored, but how they impacted the game in these high-pressure situations.
Precisely, cracking the impact.
And speaking of impact, there was this one moment, well, one evening actually, last Saturday. This is where it gets genuinely fascinating.
Oh, yeah.
Get this. 4 FC Bayern players playing for 4 different national teams.
Okay.
Right. Different competitions, different places.
Okay.
And all 4 of them were on the winning side. Every single one.
Wow. All 4 on the same night. That is pretty remarkable.
Isn't it? That kind of synchronicity. It says quite a bit.
It absolutely does. I mean, that sort of simultaneous success across different international fronts, it's a testament to the quality, obviously, but also the depth in that Bayern squad.
Yeah, the depth and the versatility.
It shows these players aren't just making up the numbers for their countries, they're often key figures. And it speaks volumes about their conditioning, their tactical nous, stuff they hone at Bayern.
You mentioned depth, and that's spot on, because this isn't just about the Senior World Cup qualifiers, so we'll cover those.
Right.
We're also looking at a big, friendly, even a youth international match that was successful. It covers the whole spectrum, really.
From the big established stars to the up-and-coming talent.
Exactly.
Mm.
Shows the breadth of Bayern's influence, top to bottom, the current stars and maybe the future ones, too.
And think about what that does for the club narrative. These individual successes, often under massive pressure, they feed back into a positive feeling around Bayern. It's about development, maintaining form across crazy schedules.
And confidence.
Yeah.
Bringing that winning feeling back to Munich, that's huge.
Invaluable, yeah. So where do we start with this run of wins?
Let's start with the captain, Harry Kane. England captain leading the line against Andorra in a World Cup qualifier.
Right. Crucial qualifier.
And it wasn't just a win, it was a pretty dominant display, wasn't it? England getting a solid 2-0 victory.
Yeah, a controlled performance. Kane played the full 90 minutes in Birmingham.
Anchoring things up front.
He did.
Yeah.
And even though the goals came from an own goal and then Declan Rice, Kane's influence was, it was everywhere. His movement, his pressing, it allows England to play higher up the pitch.
It's that leadership, isn't it? Not just wearing the armband.
Exactly. He understands the system, dictates the shape from the front, and that win keeps England nicely on top of Group K. 12 points now.
12 points. That's a decent cushion.
It is. 5 points clear of Serbia, who they actually play next. That'll be a test in Belgrade.
Ooh, yeah. That sounds like a big one. But having Kane performing like that under pressure for England, knowing he brings that same quality, that tactical intelligence back to Bayern, it's massive for the club.
Absolutely. That experience, that adaptability, that sort of calm authority, it's gold dust.
Okay, so from England, let's hop over to Austria. Linz, specifically.
Right. Konrad Laimer, another Bayern player, another key role in a World Cup qualifier.
And another win. Austria picking up a really important 3 points against Cyprus, wasn't it? 1-0.
Yep. A vital 1-0 win. And Laimer, like Kane, played the entire match, doing his thing in midfield.
The defensive specialist, right? Holding things together.
Pretty much. The goal actually came from a penalty, Marcel Sabitzer converting it, former Bayern man himself.
Ah, right. But that win is huge for Austria's hopes, surely.
Oh, definitely. It puts them into second place in Group H with 9 points. And remember, in Europe, only the group winner goes through automatically. Second place means playoffs.
So every single point is massive.
It really is. And interestingly, they've played 1 game fewer than the leaders, Bosnia and Herzegovina. They face them next away in Zenica, another huge game.
And Laimer's role in that, how key is he for Ralf Rangnick's setup?
Oh, he's critical, especially in that high-pressing 4-2-2-2 system Rangnick likes. Laimer isn't just, tackling. He's winning the ball high up, starting quick attacks. He's the engine.
The pivot point.
Exactly. Apparently, he covered something like 12 kilometers in that Cyprus game. Just immense work rate. It shows how his role at Bayern, that ball-winning number 6, fits perfectly with Austria's gegenpressing style.
And again, playing the full 90 in such a demanding role in a high-stakes qualifier, it just underlines his fitness, his importance.
These are the guys who provide that backbone, aren't they? For club and country, they allow the attacking players to do their thing.
Gives them that freedom, that security. Okay, so Kane and Laimer driving World Cup campaigns.
Yeah.
Where did the Bayern influence pop up next on that Saturday?
Well, we had action outside Europe, too. Minjae Kim, the defender.
Ah, yes, with South Korea. International friendly this time, though.
That's right. A friendly against the USA, but still a significant result. South Korea won 2-0.
Another solid win. And Kim, I assume, was central to that.
Absolutely. Played the full 90 minutes again, marshaled the defense, especially important as they got those 2 goals in the first half.
So protecting the lead.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And what's interesting here, as you said, it's a friendly, but both South Korea and the USA are already qualified for the next World Cup.
Oh, right. So it wasn't about points, but more about preparation, testing things out.
Exactly that. Testing squad depth, maybe different tactics, keeping sharp against another quality team that's also heading to the tournament.
So Kim keeping a clean sheet in that context is still pretty impressive.
Very. It shows his individual quality, obviously, but also his ability to organize the defense. He reads the game so well, anticipates danger. Plus, his passing from the back is a real asset, something Bayern value, too.
Yeah, you see that adaptability again, performing consistently in different systems, different contexts, a proper modern center back. Okay, so that's 3 wins, 3 key players involved. Kane, Laimer, Kim. What was the 4th win on Saturday?
We need to look at the youth level for this one. Germany's under-19s.
Ah, the next generation.
Indeed. They had a good start to their season, beating Italy 3-1. A strong result against a big nation.
Definitely. And the Bayern connection.
Leon Klanac, the young goalkeeper, only 18. He was part of the squad for that game.
Okay, so he was with the team, even if he didn't play in this particular match.
Correct. He didn't get on the pitch against Italy, but just being called up, traveling with the U19s for a game like that, it's significant.
Shows he's highly rated, right, in the pipeline.
Absolutely. It means the German setup sees him as a key prospect for the future. It's invaluable experience for him being around that international setup at his age.
And for Bayern, it's a great sign for their youth development. Shows they're nurturing talent, maybe the next being well Neuer, who knows?
Well, big shoes to fill. But yes, it reinforces the strength of their academy system. They're not just buying stars, they're building them too.
So Saturday night wraps up. Kane wins, Laimer wins, Kim wins, and the U19s with Klanac win. A clean sweep, just incredible.
A pretty perfect Saturday from a Bayern perspective on the international front.
But then digging through the notes, it turns out the winning streak actually started before Saturday.
Ah, okay, so there was more.
Yeah, the momentum was already building on Friday night.
Right, tell me more. Who else was involved?
Well, on Friday, we had 3 other Bayern players also getting victories. Dayot Upamecano first off.
Okay, France.
Yep, anchoring the French defense. They got a crucial 1-0 win. He was apparently immense, dominant in the air, comfortable playing out.
Classic Upamecano when he's on form. Important win for France, too, I bet.
Then you had Michael Olise.
Ah, the winger, England U21s.
Exactly. England's under-21s won 2-0, and Olise provided a brilliant assist, really showing his creative spark, continuing his development.
He's looked really promising, hasn't he? That's another positive sign.
And thirdly, Nicolas Jackson for Senegal.
Okay, another continent involved. Qualifier.
Yep, tight qualifiers. Senegal won 2-1. Jackson came on as a late sub, used his pace, his energy to help see out the win.
So even impacting games off the bench, it really does show the spread, doesn't it? France, England U21, Senegal, all winning with Bayern players involved.
It underlines that global footprint you mentioned earlier. Key players for top nations across different age groups, different continents.
Okay, so adding Friday's wins, Upamecano, Olise, Jackson, to Saturday's, Kane, Laimer, Kim, Klanac, that's quite the haul.
It really is. So let's try and pull this all together. What's the main takeaway when you look at this cluster of results?
Well, the big picture is just this incredibly concentrated display of international success, isn't it? You've got, what, 7 first-team players plus a top youth prospect?
All involved in winning teams over just a couple of days.
Yeah, across World Cup qualifiers, friendlies, youth games. It just hammers home the impact these guys have, not just for Bayern, but for their national sides, too. They're making significant contributions.
It's that collective power, isn't it? Seeing it all happen around the same time.
Exactly. You've got Kane Laimer driving qualification campaigns, Kim showing defensive class in a high-profile friendly, Upamecano doing the same, Olise creating, Jackson adding impact, Klanac representing the future.
They're not just participating. They're often playing really key roles in securing these wins.
Absolutely. Defining roles, highlighting the qualities that make them Bayern players in the first place.
It paints quite a picture. I mean, when you consider this burst of victories all linked back to one club, from the established stars like Kane and Laimer to the younger talents like Olise and Klanac, what does that signal to you about, well, about Bayern itself?
It speaks volumes about their recruitment, their development, the overall strength and depth, doesn't it? The strategic thinking behind building that squad, maybe even something about the winning mentality fostered at the club.
Yeah, that culture aspect. And maybe looking forward, how important could this be?
Well, think about it. How might these successes, these high-pressure wins on the international stage, how might that feed back into their club form?
You mean the confidence boost?
Exactly. The confidence, the momentum, that feeling of being in good form, of winning important games. Let's carry that back with them to Munich, right?
Yeah, that renewed belief, maybe a bit of extra sharpness.
It's not just about the physical side, it's the psychological edge. That positive energy flowing back into the squad just as they head into, the really tough parts of the club season, league, Champions League.
That could actually be a really significant factor, couldn't it? That collective boost.
Potentially huge. It's something that often gets overlooked, the impact of international breaks beyond just player fatigue or injuries. There's a positive side, too.
Absolutely. So something for you, the listener, to maybe chew on. When you see this kind of synchronicity, this widespread success for players from one club internationally.
Think about those ripple effects. What does it really mean for the club's immediate future, for their momentum, their chances in the big competitions coming up?
Yeah. How might these individual international triumphs shape Bayern's collective fortunes in the weeks and months ahead? It's definitely a fascinating angle to consider.